Okay, so before we proceed, a few details we need to discuss. So since we are going to have programming assignments in this course, and we are not sure like if everyone in the class has GPU access. So let me quickly do a poll here. Let's see how to do that. Okay.
Professor, what if you have GPU access but not on a Linux computer? It's not like Windows or Mac or standard.
That's perfectly fine.
All right.
How do you access the poll, Professor?
Yeah, I'm just give me a moment.
Okay.
So there should be a pop-up like on your screen.
Yeah, I just got a pop-up.
Yeah, I just got it too. Thank you.
Okay, so I think 44 of you have answered and 7. I think one is Steve, one is me. So 4 of you are not answering. That's fine. Probably you are away. So I think only 54% of you have access. So that's fine. I just want to get an idea. And so there are some good questions. So Carlos is asking like, would having access to Google Colab count as having GPU access? So I will say, I mean, that's a yes, because you can use those GPUs, right? But there might be some restrictions. So for course, I think that will be sufficient. But again, like there will be some learning curve, I think there. So if you're already familiar with that, then I think that's fine with you. So you can definitely use that. But for some of you, that might be not that straightforward. So that's fine. Now, Brett is asking, do laptop GPU count? So yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you think like if it's, so in your laptop, I don't think it will be a GPU on which you can run deep learning code, unless until like you have a very latest laptop with like recent GPUs. So good GPU, like I think if you have a Titan X or maybe 1080 Ti, that should be fine. I think anything less than that, I won't count that as a GPU. So probably I think whatever you have on a laptop, I'm sure like that won't be usable. Yeah, GTX 1060, I don't think. Yeah, 1080 is fine. Okay, so it's okay. So if you have, that's a good thing. If you don't, so don't worry about it. We are going to provide you like GPU access on the campus. We have a good resource here. And let me end this polling first. Okay. Now, how do I go back to slides? All right. So we are going to give you GPU access, and we used to do like a presentation in the class about the details, but this year I think we won't be able to do that. So what we have is we have a pre-recorded video of the same lecture. And if you go to the course website, and that's the course. So can you see like my screen and browser there?
Yeah.
That's one.
Okay, great. So if you go to the schedule here, then if you keep going, so here we have UCF HPC GPU accounts presentation, and this is a presentation by Dr. Paul. So the slides are available as well as the video is available. You can watch this video, go through the slides, and this will give you a very, I think, good understanding of like how you can access these resources. And I have created like a username or accounts for you. So you'll have a username and a password, which I will share with you. And using that, you can access like these GPUs. And I think we have around 40 GPUs there. So we have the recent ones, Voltas. Then I think we have 16 GB, I think Titans as well. So yeah, I mean, I think those will be sufficient for you. So whoever like in the class need access to GPUs, just let me know, send me an email, and I will share like that user account with you. And then you can watch watch this video, go through the slides, and then you will have access to those resources. All right. Okay, so now let me go back. And right now you only have to worry about like accessing your account. If you can log in, that's perfectly fine. We are going to have a tutorial. I think we will do that next week, where we will like give you a presentation like how you can train your networks using those GPUs. So you don't have to worry about those details at this point of time. So there is a question from Tushar. Is it through Newton servers? So yeah, that is the Newton server. So was that your answer, Tushar?
Yes.
Okay. So if you already have access to Newton, then you might not need this account. You can just use your existing account.
It's with CAP5614. So I
Can you
haven't
repeat that?
actually.
Your voice is not clear.
Okay. So I'm also enrolled in CAP5614, current topics in ML. So they are also giving the Newton server access. But last time there was some problem with account, so I haven't checked after that. But yeah, Newton
Yeah.
server.
So if it's a course account, then I think you should take account from this course. So I will share the account information with you. So I don't think you should merge the courseworks together. That won't be a good
Okay.
idea. Okay, because you will have
Okay.
separate quota. So there is another question from Shakib. I hope I pronounced that right. So do we have to be physically present on campus to access these resources? No, you won't. So I think you can connect to the campus like via VPN. Yeah, I think Ayush answered that. So you just need your NID, UCF NID. And once you are like over VPN, you can easily connect to these resources. Okay. Okay, so any other question regarding these GPU accounts? And of course, like you will have questions later on. So just go through that video and we can discuss those later as well. Okay, so there is another question from Inat. For non-computer science students, what are these accounts? Okay, so how to explain that to you? So these are just like as you log into your computer, right? And you use it. it's like similar resource. You will have a login and password you will access, but you won't have like such nice user interface in front of you. Okay, so it will be a kind of like a remote access. And I'm sure like, so yeah, just go through that video. I mean, that's a really nice video and it will give you all the details. Okay, and if you have this question, even after watching that video, just like come to the office hours and we can discuss this. Okay. So, Inad, is that fine? Yeah, we can't hear you. So meanwhile, there's another question from Josh. Will the process be available online so we can reference them later? So I'm assuming you mean that the process to connect to those resources. So the video is already available online. The link which I showed you like on the course website. So Josh, was that a question? Yeah, Josh, we can't hear you either. So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Probably their mic isn't working. Okay, so yeah, all right. So let's move on. So another question from Furkan. So let's just cover this one, the last question. Any of you think that GTX 1060 with 6 GB video memory would be sufficient? Yeah, I think that will be sufficient for the programming assignments. And depending upon like what kind of course project you want to do, you might need a better GPU. But again, that totally depends upon what kind of project you are doing. So for some of the projects, I think this might be perfectly fine. So I think for sure, like for programming assignment, that will be sufficient. Okay, so there were some concerns like from a couple of students. They were saying that they can't attend the live lecture. So if we are doing bonus points for the pop quizzes, then that's an issue. So what we're going to do is we're also going to have a programming assignment that will be like just bonus programming assignment. You don't have to do it, but if you're doing this, you will get like bonus points. All right. And so this is really concerning. And so the homework assignments they are very simple. And I was hoping that all of you will get like all the questions right. And that's not happening. So I'm seeing like many students who are getting very poor grades. So I will encourage you, if you're like that student, I will encourage you to like visit office hours. We can discuss what's going wrong. And if you feel like the homework is really difficult for you, okay. All right, so any last question before we begin